India's middle class has been sold a lie, not intentionally. In fact, for a long time, it was a very good advice. Study hard, get into a good college, find a stable job, keep your head down, get promotions, buy a house, and one day you will be secure. The lie is not that jobs are bad. The lie is that a job by itself is a safety net because a salary is not security. It is simply a payment for the value you can create today. And if the market decides it can get that value cheaper, faster, or from someone else, your safety net can disappear much faster than you expected. This is not a video telling you to quit your job. It is a video about understanding the new rules of career security because the old rules are quietly breaking and most professionals are still planning their lives around them. Let's start with an uncomfortable part. For decades, India's middle class dream had a clear formula. Education created employability, employability created salary, salary created stability, and stability created wealth. That formula was built in a different India, an India where demand for educated professionals was growing faster than the supply, an India where simply speaking good English, using Excel, or having an MBA could make you stand out, an India where companies were expanding teams faster than they were automating work. But look at what has changed. Today, a degree is more common. Good jobs are more competitive. Technology is changing work faster, and companies have become much more disciplined about cost. They are no longer asking how many people do we need. They are asking how much output can one good person produce. That is a very different question. India's economic survey has pointed out that the country needs to create roughly 78 lakh non-farm jobs every year until 2030 just to absorb the rising workforce. Think about what that means. Every year, a new city-sized group of people is entering the race for opportunity. And they're not competing only with their college batchmates. They're competing with experienced professionals, with freelancers, with global talents, and increasingly with softwares. Now, the headline unemployment number may not scare you. You may look around and see people working, but that is not the full question. The real question is, are enough people getting the kind of work that creates progress? The kind of work that gives them skills, bargaining powers, savings, and options? Because employment and security are not the same thing. A person can be employed and still be one reorganization away from panic. A person can be earning well and still have no asset, no second income, and no leverage. A person can have prestigious designation and still be doing work that will become cheaper every year. This is the first belief we need to attack. The goal is not to be employed. The goal is to become economically difficult to ignore. Ask yourself honestly, if your company removed your designation tomorrow, what would remain? Would people still pay you for your judgment, your relationships, your ability to sell, your ability to solve a hard problem, your ability to build something from zero? Or would your value disappear with the company email ID? That answer was not meant to scare you. It is meant to give you clarity. Because security was never supposed to come from the chair you sit on. It comes from the capability you carry with you when you leave it. And this becomes even more important when we look at what companies are doing next. Here is one of the biggest shifts happening in corporate India. Companies are not necessarily becoming smaller, but many are trying to become lighter. They still want growth, they still want revenue, they still want better customer experience, they still want faster execution, but they want to achieve all of it with fewer layers, fewer handoffs, and lower fixed costs. In simple words, companies are learning to buy output without buying as many permanent salaries. That can happen through automation, through AI tools, through consultants, through agencies, through freelancers, through smaller teams with stronger operators. This is why layoffs often feel confusing. A company can announce strong results and still reduce people because layoffs are not always a sign that the company is failing. Sometimes they are a sign that company has found a new operating model. That is the part most professionals miss. They hear the company is doing well and they assume my role is safe. But a company doing well does not automatically mean every role inside it is becoming more valuable. Technology changes this equation quickly. AI is not only about replacing jobs. That is too simplistic thinking. The more immediate effect is that it changes the productivity expected from a person. Earlier, a manager could spend a day making a presentation. A researcher could spend a week collecting information. Marketing executive could need a team to produce 10 campaign variations. Today, one strong operator using the right tools can do much more. And when one person can do the work of three, the market does not usually pay three people for the same output. It starts rewarding the person who can combine judgment with tools. This is the real divide that is forming. Not between people who use AI and people who do not, but between people who merely execute instructions and people who can define the problem, make decisions, and create outcomes. A tool can draft an email, but it cannot automatically know which customer is worth saving. A tool can create spreadsheet, but it cannot automatically decide which metric is misleading the business. A tool can generate ideas, but it cannot automatically build trust with a client, negotiate a deal, or take responsibility when something goes wrong. The professionals who remain valuable are not the ones who know the most software. They are the ones who can turn ambiguity into progress. They can see the business problem. They can use technology to move faster, and they can own the result. This is why I work very hard is becoming a weaker career strategy. Hard work matters, but hard work without leverage becomes invisible. Imagine two professionals, both work 10 hours a day. The first completes tasks assigned by others. The second notices a revenue leak, uses data to understand it, gets the right people in a room, proposes a solution, and improves the number. The first person is busy, the second person is valuable. And in a tighter job market, value gets protected before effort. That is uncomfortable, but it is useful because it tells you exactly what to build. Not just skills that help you get hired, skills that help you create value even when nobody is supervising you. But there is one more layer, because even a highly valuable employee can remain financially fragile. Most middle class professionals have been taught to optimize for income, higher salary, better bonus, better title, a larger house, a bigger EMI, a lifestyle that looks like success. But income is not wealth, and a salary is not an asset. A salary stops when you stop working. An asset can continue producing value after your calendar is full. That difference changes everything. Think about the way many people structure their lives. They earn more, then they upgrade the lifestyle. A better car, bigger rent, a bigger loan, more fixed expenses, and slowly they become dependent on the next salary credit. From the outside, life looks stable. Inside, there is a very little room to breathe. That is not wealth, that is well decorated dependency. And this is where the old advice becomes dangerous. Get a safe job, sounds sensible. But if one income supports your parents, your children, your rent, your EMIs, your insurance, and your future, then that job is not a safety net. It is a single point of failure. Real security is optionality, the ability to say no, the ability to survive a bad quarter, the ability to change jobs without desperation, the ability to take time to learn, the ability to experiment without risking your entire family's future. Optionality comes from three things. First, cash runway. Not money sitting around randomly, but enough liquidity to make decisions without fear. Second, assets. Investments, equity, a business, an intellectual property, or something that can produce value beyond your monthly hours. Third, portable capability. The ability to create income in more than one environment. Notice what I'm not saying. I'm not saying everyone needs to become a startup founder. That is another oversimplified internet idea. You may build a consulting practice, you may become exceptional in a niche, you may create digital products, you may invest systematically, you may build a network that brings opportunities, you may become the person companies call when difficult problem appears. The point is not entrepreneurship as an identity. The point is ownership as a habit. Ownership of your skills, ownership of your reputation, ownership of your money, ownership of your ability to create opportunities. Because the safest professional in the next decade may not be the person with the biggest salary. It may be the person with the most options. A job can still be an excellent platform. Use it, learn inside it, build relationships inside it, understand how businesses actually make money inside it. Save aggressively while you have it, invest while you have it, build proof of work while you have it, but do not confuse the platform with the destination. Your company can give you a role, only you can build a safety net. So if you remember one thing from this video, remember this. Salary follows labor. Wealth follows ownership. Your job can fund your life, but your skills, assets, and options are what protect your future. If you want to learn how to build that optionality without quitting your job or chasing random side hustles, I have put together a free masterclass for ambitious professionals. The link is below because the goal is not to panic about the future. The goal is to become prepared for it.